Here, and I'm going to start off with a song, a Mick O'Halloran song. Mick O'Halloran comes from around Lismore, and that's where I met him, around about 1988, and the song's called It's Gonna Flood, and Mick lives up on the McKellar Range, just out of Lismore, and the first year I was there, it rained for 6 weeks straight, and then it stopped for about a week, and then it rained for 2 weeks straight without let up. It was and this song, It's Gonna Flood, came from there. It's gonna flood, I'm surrounded by leeches and mud. I didn't do the shopping in Lismore this week, and all I have to eat is a spud. It's so wet, with much more to come, I'll bloody bet. I wish I had a boat so I could row across the river, see if I could plug a cigarette. I'm going mad, I'm stuck here with me ex-wife's mum and dad. They came to tell me what a mongrel I'd been and couldn't drive out again. In this kind of weather, tally-ho, stick together. You couldn't roll a thing if you tried. The roof's full of leaks and there's mould on the sheets, and the black snakes are moving inside. The SES have pulled out and well, I've seen heading west. I think I'll leave the in-laws to the spot and the black snakes float out to sea on beaches. In this kind of weather, tally-ho, stick together. You couldn't roll a thing if you tried. The roof's full of leaks and there's mould on the sheets, and the black snakes are moving inside. The SES have pulled out and well, I've seen heading west. I think I'll leave the in-laws to the spot and the black snakes float out to sea on me chest. 'Cause it's a flood, a friggin' flood. It's gonna flood, there goes the spot. No, thank you. Sign of encouragement from the kitchen's always a good thing. This next song is a traditional song, and I went to sing it down at the singing session there at in the singing session bar, the session bar, and it's called an Inglewood Cocky. And there's a bit of a mystery about the Inglewood part of it, because there's an Inglewood in Queensland and an Inglewood in Victoria, and nobody seems. And then somebody said there's one in South Australia, so the mystery deepens. But it's about a fellow, a cocky, of course, who's on his deathbed, as the verse says, and he's leaving his estate, dividing his estate up among his kids, and a loose translation of this song is going to be my last will and testament to my kids. An Inglewood Cocky. 'Twas an Inglewood Cocky, of whom I've been told, who died, it is said, on account of the cold, as he lay on his deathbed and wrestled with fate. He called on his children to share the estate. Let John have the pig and the pet native bear. The old kangaroo can be Margaret's share. Let Mike have the possum that comes when he's called. And Katie the emu, although he's gone bald. and a pink cockatoo. And that's about all your poor father can do. There's fish in the creek and there's fowl on the lake. Let each have as much as they're able to take. Farewell, my dear children, no more can I leave. Don't quarrel or else my poor spirit will grieve. And if you should marry and have children to rear, remember I nursed you on pumpkin and beer. Thank you. Englewood Coffee. This next song, the rest of the songs actually are Mick O'Halloran songs. So this one's a collaboration between Mick and myself, and I put the music to the words that Mick wrote, and it's about a fellow who loved beer more than anything else, and it's called There's a Girl. There's a girl in a... I'll go for A. There's a girl in a minka with a ring upon her finger, and sadly to say it's not mine. I'm going to go for C. Why spoil a good song by singing it in the wrong key? That's my motto. There's a girl in a minka with a ring upon her finger, but sadly to say it's not mine. God knows I had my chances at the pub and at the dances, but like love I was blind. But I wish I could have saw it, cause I'm paying dearly for it, cause that woman was so damn fine. Now I'm heading for a stinker while she's backing in a minker, and the ring on her finger's not mine. There's a girl in Billawheeler who's so gorgeous you could steal her, and I call her Lady Jane. Oh, she waited for me once, and she waited for me twice, and she said she'd never wait for me again. Oh, I need a darn good flog, and all me mates took me out grog, and now me head is a mountain of pain. And instead of Billawheeler, it's the hair of the blue heeler that bites me again and again. With my kidneys, there's something horribly wrong with my kidneys. With my kidneys, I hope I haven't gone too far. Out at Indooroopilly there's a girl called Tiger Lily. Let me tell you, she's a filly and a half. I'd give anything to win her, and she asked me out for dinner, so I shaved and went up to run a bar. But while the tub was filling, I took me last 10 shillings and raced out to buy a cold draft. But it was happy hour, and my lounge room copped the shower while I lay in the gutter and laughed. Well, I sent a bunch of flowers to a girl in Charters Towers, but she sent them back again. They were withered up and wilted, another man would have felt jilted, but I know women love to play games. So I jumped on my Vespa and drove up there to impress her, but there was a random breath test unit on the road. And the cop said, sorry Kevin, but you're .17 and I'm citing you the criminal code. With my kidneys, there's something horribly wrong with my kidneys. With my kidneys, I hope I haven't gone too far. Down at Mermaid Waters there's a bloke in Mermaid Waters with identical twin daughters, and I was engaged to one. Well, I won a bit on Lotto and I wound up pretty blotto and went over there to have a bit of fun. But I grabbed the wrong sister and I filled her up and kissed her, and she screamed till she was blue in the face, which kinda spoiled the party cause the father knew karate, and now I have to wear this brace. With my kidneys, with my kidneys, something horribly wrong with my kidneys, with my kidneys, with my kidneys. I hope I haven't gone too far. Oh, please don't let me go too far. Thank you. Has anyone got an 18-year-old son or had an 18-year-old son? This song's for you. No point talking to the 18-year-old about it at this stage.
I've had him for 13 years.
Yeah, you know just what I'm talking about. This is another Big O'Halloran song called My Ears. Not a word in it rhymes with another, or the last word in the lines anyway, but it makes perfect sense. My ears. No one was taking any notice of my ears, so I shaved all my hair off. But I looked pretty stupid and wouldn't go out without my beanie. I developed a complex and was totally introverted, and my mother got all nervous and called the doctor, who didn't know how to treat me and put me in the much too hard basket. I lay in my room talking to no one, staring like a zombie up at the ceiling. My father took a loan out and went and bought me a computer. I logged onto the net, and before I knew it, I got into her password. I cornered her in the chat room and won her with my punctuation. I don't know what she looks like, but I'm asking her out just as soon as my hair grows. I'll take her somewhere special and I'll ask her if she's brought along a condom. If she says she has, I'll probably perspire and start getting nervous and wish I had my beanie, but I'll worry about that later. Right now my bedroom is on fire. Too bad about my bedroom, it was absolutely gutted. The only thing I saved was a double adapter. I blame my beanie for falling off my head into the ashtray. Dad got the shits and Mum had to go and move into a rest home. That's typical of her. Now all I want to know is who's going to make me a sandwich. My ears. They're stupid things anyway, I don't even know why I have them.
Making serious instrumental music.
The next song is a suburban ballad, a song of suburban life. And it's called Full Moon and Balmy. It's a sort of a love song gone wrong. sat on the veranda. The kids were asleep and we were in love, holding hands and swinging in time with the music and counting the stars up above. I said how I love you, you said do you really? I said more than ever, you said I love you. I got up to dim the light when I saw him, my opposite neighbour, Trevor Fondue. He threw something shiny, it looked like a bottle, it sounded like glass over the fence, into the yard of Buster and Shirley. I could stay here all night and tell you stories about them. I thought that was it, I thought it was over, but lo and behold, Buster came out, saw all, turned on his front light, stark raving naked, saw all the glass and started to shout. He called out to Shirley to bring out his shotgun. Shirley came running, my God, what a sight. Buster took aim and blew Trevor's mailbox into 1,000 pieces, then went back inside. Now just when you'd say let bygones be bygones, out came Trevor with a red jerry can, poured all the contents over Buster's Monaro, set it alight and guffawed as he ran. Buster raced out, couldn't believe his eyebrows, he went for his chainsaw and started it up. He cut all the posts on Trevor's veranda, then went back in to watch the Bledisloe come. I didn't think Trevor could be quite so stupid. I thought he'd stay in with his wife Geraldine, but no, not Trevor, the world's biggest ratbag. 5 seconds flat and he was back on the scene, revving the guards out of his tow truck. He backed up to Buster's and pulled down his shed. Old Daisy McManus, our next door neighbour, called 000 and crawled under her bed. The cops and the fireys arrived with lights flashing. They cordoned the street and they held a debrief. When they saw it was Buster and Trevor, the ratbag, it wasn't worth the paperwork, the stress or the grief. Well, things quietened down, the All Blacks were winning. Trevor got engrossed in a smut magazine. The street was transformed as though nothing had happened. Another night, the suburban dream. I turned to my true love and massaged her shoulders. Before all that happened, what was it you said? She said, leave me alone, take your hands off my shoulders. I've got a headache and I'm going to bed. And guffawed as I ran. Mick said he always wanted to write a song with the word guffaw in it.
Well, he succeeded.
He did. This next song is called Mum Was a Knitter, and it's about Mick's mum, of course, who was a knitter. And the second verse refers to his father, who was a coal miner. Mick grew up in Thurrool on the south coast of New South Wales, and his dad was a coal miner, worked in the mines there. And the second verse refers to his albino tan and his eyebrows. And if you saw Mick's eyebrows, you'd probably guess that his father had bigger and bushier eyebrows. Mum was in the shower. Knitter was she'd be knitting that one, she'd be knitting that three, listening to the wireless or watching TV, and this is the jumper she knitted for me. She could knit on the bus, she could knit on the train, clickety-clack, one pearl, one plain. She'd send me to the wool shop to buy more skeins, and there would be Mum knitting again. I've worn this jumper every winter since then, still doesn't fit me though I'm a grown man. She chose the worst colour under the sun, but I like to wear it and think of Mum. Dad comes home from a day at the pit, kisses both cheeks and chats while she knits. She says, hold out your arm, love, and see if this fits. It's a little bit too long, but you'll grow into it. Dad's worn his jumper every winter since then, still doesn't fit him though he's twice a grown man. It goes with his eyebrows and his albino tan, but I never tell him, cause he thinks he looks grand. Sadly, Mum has left our shores, the epitome of all that is her indoors. She took her needles when she left, 6,000 skeins, now she's knitting up in heaven, one pearl, one plain. I reckon God's worn his jumper every winter since then, and I bet it doesn't fit him though he's more than one man. When the angels sing and the Saviour comes, he'll be wearing a jumper knitted by Mum. One more.
Do the Buddhist song. Do the Buddhist song.
A request. The Buddhist song.
Yes.
Alright, I don't know if you're ready for this.
Oh, I'm
I don't know
not.
if the world's ready for this.
I'll steal myself.
Roache. I was walking.
E flat.
I see. No, B C. I was walking my duck down by the harbour as the rising sun began to light the morning sky. When out of the blue sprang this Rottweiler and tore my duck to pieces right before my eyes. But luckily I was a Buddhist. I said, don't become attached and all things come to pass. Sometimes I wish I was a Catholic. I would have kicked that mongrel dog fair up the arse. I continued to stroll. I dragged the leash behind me, little knowing that in an alley up ahead waited hard luck Tom, the world's biggest dope fiend. was a Buddhist. I took 10 deep breaths. Tom took my watch and pen. Sometimes I wish I was a Muslim. I would have cut the bastard hand off there and then. I was helped to my feet by some born-again Christians who gave me pamphlets and read a lesson from the book of Job. They were pretty intense. They tried to convert me, told me how terrible my life would be if I went below. But luckily, I was a Buddhist. I smiled a loving smile as I dusted off my suit. Sometimes I wish I was a hedonist. I would have asked the blonde on the left if she wanted to play Amazing Grace on my flute. I met up with my date at the Late Again Cafe. She shook her finger and wouldn't listen to my reasons why. She said anyway, I found another, a man who couldn't contemplate his navel even if he tried. But luckily, I was a Buddhist. I set myself on fire just to snuff her about. Sometimes I wish I was a Baptist. I would run straight down to the river and put myself out. I recovered somehow. Took me 14 lifetimes. I worked off my karma and cleansed my body and soul. I moved into a cave, shaved off my eyebrows, mixed eyebrows, remember. But settling went and cut me off the doll. But luckily, I was a Buddhist. I got reincarnated as a girl with lovely tits. Sometimes I wish I was Jehovah's Witness. I'd go around on Saturday morning and give them all the shits. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Well done, Roscoe.
Here it is.
Oh.
I've just got one that's got
Yeah, pick that one. She's a serious big demented man.
It's a really